Hello, and welcome to Exposed Urban TV. I'm Corey Jackson, and we're back with Ian Bennet. We ran out of time on the last episode, so we wanted to get him back here because we were not able to taste his flagship product, the Popp Road Raspberry. And we will be tasting that on screen today, and we will be talking a little bit about how Ian uses social media for his business. So let's get started. What do you want to tell us about this wine here?
So our raspberry wine is the most unique wine, most interesting flagship product that we have. The reason is these raspberries are grown on Popp Farm by David Popp in Dresden, Maine, on Popp Road. And so we named the wine Popp Road Raspberry because of that local connection to him. Everything in this wine is from that farm. We have a photo of it here. This is bringing some of the raspberries back from his farm in a large truck. 300 pounds doesn't fit in a station wagon, you know?
Yeah, right.
So we needed a pickup truck. But this wine, we made 80 cases of this wine. It's $27 a bottle, which is crazy expensive, right? That's very expensive. I don't spend $27 a bottle on a wine very often. I don't know, how often do you spend that much?
26 sometimes on a Sancerre from the Loire Valley.
Okay, all right.
I
So
like that wine, so I buy it.
So from the Loire, I'm competing against the best wine in the world.
Yes. So let's see how it tastes.
Let's see how it tastes, because
Based on your last two, I am hopeful that this is going to
Nice
be
coloring.
amazing.
all right.
Ooh, I love the color.
Yeah. So this particular wine,
You want to let this sit too?
I would bring it up. Let's do this today. These lights are nice. So they swirl good. Well, these are my glasses, so it's cheaper. But the color of this is absolutely the selling point. You know, we asked to serve it in a champagne flute. We've got these today, but you still get the same color. The nose this is like raspberries you picked in the field when you were a kid, or in the woods, or off in some New England bog somewhere. Just the most wild fruit you've ever tasted. These did not come from Stop and Shop or a national distributor like Gold. This came from an extremely small local farm in Dresden, Maine. Is that you want to taste?
Yeah, sure. Wow.
Again, that first sip, it's a little bit of a primer sip for all of our wine. The second sip, it's so good, it's so good. All right. The second sip at home, that's what you really want to look for, is that second sip. That's the $27 sip, is the second one.
There we go.
Yeah.
I give it $28.
$28?
Yeah.
Okay.
But don't raise the price.
I won't raise the price.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
It's very unique.
Yeah.
Dry, too. A lot of people associate raspberry wine with
Right.
kind of a farm wine that they use a lot of back sugaring, a lot of sugar to kind of cover a lot of the defects. No sugar in this. It is straight raspberry and honey to create this, and it's dry.
Yeah, I can definitely taste some hints of your other two in this as well. So you start with the same base and add this ingredient, or is it?
We start with Massachusetts honey, Merrimack Valley honey, and we create and ferment that dry wine that we had last week. We then take the raspberries from Dresden, Maine, and steep them in the wine like a tea bag, except there are maybe 20 or 30 of those bags about this big inside the tank. 3 weeks later, we pull those out and then let the wine bulk age. And so it's very important.
How long does that take?
The bulk aging for this wine was 4 months, and the reason why we do it like that, we don't ferment the fruit, is because we want to preserve that wild raspberry flavor. If you ferment the raspberries, they can become a little hot, the alcohol level drives up a little bit, and you know those pits in the raspberries that you might bite into a little? You get that real sharp, bitter taste.
Yeah, none of that.
None of that in that, because in our wine, because you don't ferment the raspberries, you just let them steep like a tea and then pull them out.
Okay.
So that's our flagship raspberry wine.
I am really impressed.
For Exposed Urban.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing your wines to us. So we wanted to talk about your social media expertise and how you use that to drive your business. So
I think it's a common topic on the show, because I've watched a few episodes.
Thank you.
I'm one of the few.
You're the one.
I'm the one, yeah. Social media for us, I have a day job. I work in Andover, Massachusetts. I cannot be out there like a normal wine distributor every day tasting wine, selling wine. So how we connect with our customer, or I don't even say customers ever, so how we connect with our fans and our community is through social media exclusively. Facebook and Twitter. Twitter's every minute you can reach me. Facebook is every day, and the blog that we have is every week.
So fill people in again. Facebook.com/Isaaks of Salem.
Yeah, that's correct.
What's your Twitter?
Twitter/Isaaks of Salem.
Okay.
Any Google search, we're the first link for Isaaks and Twitter, Isaaks and Facebook.
That's ISAAK.
Yeah, with a K.
Where's the name come from?
The name?
Is this an okay story?
No, it's clean. It's
Okay,
clean.
okay.
It's clean. We named the company Isaaks of Salem because it was my great-grandfather's middle name. It was Isaac. I said, oh, that's a great name for the company, you know. 2 weeks later, I'm talking to my grandmother. I said, oh, Granny, you know, we named the company after Pop's middle name, Isaac. She goes, Pop's middle name wasn't Isaac, it was Isaiah. And I was like, wow, well, we're really not going to rename it Isaiah. That's a disaster.
Yeah,
so,
that doesn't sound like a want.
yes, and no one buys alcohol that has a biblical reference, you know. So we kept it Isaac, and so it's Isaaks of Salem. And
Cool.
it's been a good name for it. I know people like it, it's unique.
It is. It's great. It's a great name. So yes, keep going.
Yeah,
Social media.
so we've started to get into this tablet-based stuff, and it lets us kind of scroll through pictures when we're at tastings and introduce people to the process, show them that it's really local. I'm going to cheat a little bit, show you in the camera, but
We'll throw some of these up on the big screen.
yeah. But this is my mom when we're bottling. I mean, you know,
So
she's
you
not
involve the family in this
well.
process?
Involved is more is a generous term. We more like
Do you call her a different name too?
no, we enslave them to be there. But this is a friend of ours, Ryan, who helped us bottle that day too. Here's some of the finished product outside the winery. I think we even have a picture of the
Your winery is in Salem? Or?
It's in Beverly, actually.
Okay.
The premises is in Beverly. This is us kind of move-in day, bringing the tank in. But the idea is to use different tools to introduce people into wine. So here we have a tablet, but we also use Facebook and Twitter to share online videos, and you can reach us directly, unlike a large corporate corporation. If you don't have that kind of contact, I feel like your brand and your company doesn't resonate with your fans. You know?
A lot of those big brands, they have Twitter accounts or Facebook accounts, but they're not really engaging. Whereas it's how we met, you know, it's why you were here is that social media sort of helps, you know, the way you use it, it helps you engage with all the right people.
Yeah, it's been great to come on the show here. And the fact that happened via social media, if you have a small business and you're not using it, I wouldn't say it's going to generate a huge amount of sales in the first month or even the first 3 months, but you get a chance to connect with people in your brand and expose them to maybe different technology like the slates and the tablets, or also, you know, give them a chance to interact with your company in a way that they wouldn't have done otherwise.
What techniques have you used on social media to get people to interact with you?
We use a lot of video, so we've been really video focused. And as I've read more about social media, I think we're going to be changing that. Like, people will watch some videos, but I think that the interaction with quizzes and exposing them to topics on local wine and having them contribute to those topics would be better than asking them to contribute via video. I think I tried to save myself in Memphis a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw that. I felt bad for you in front of that barbecue sign.
Yeah.
You looked very lonely and scared.
It was a scary place. There was no Dunkin' Donuts. No Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, that happens a lot across the United States, although less and less.
I know. Well, they're getting there. Walgreens, yes, but you can't get coffee at Walgreens. But yeah, so the way that you interact with your brand is via social media and via new tools is a way to show that you're a new business doing something new. That's not the most comfortable place to be. You know, you're doing an online video thing there, not the most comfortable place to be, but success never came out of comfort.
That's right.
So that's why we try really hard to do these things.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it when a brand like yours really does reach out to the community and tries to engage. Because it's just so much more personal, and you feel like, you know, when you're trying the product, you really know where it came from, and you could provide feedback directly to you. So it's powerful. Yeah.
Okay, cheers.
Okay, cheers.
So much.
Thank you so much for being here 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Phenomenal stuff. His wine is amazing. So where can we buy this?
You can buy it up and down the North Shore. We're at the Wine Bottega in the north end of Boston. We're at Salem Wine Imports in Salem. We're at Waterfront Wine and Spirits in Danvers, Henry's in Beverly, Wine and Beer at the Andovers in Lawrence, the Andover line. We're at Formaggio's in Cambridge. Also, we have an online direct-to-consumer shipping whole e-commerce platform that we just put up. Super excited about it. I think that it's a way for people to give a lot of feedback on the wine directly on the product, and I'm looking forward to people kind of drinking the wine and experiencing and then offering their feedback.
And that's at isaacsofsalem.com.
Yes, it'll redirect you around with it, but you'll get there. You'll get there.
You'll get there. All right, so check it out. Check out isaacsofsalem.com. Follow him on Twitter, twitter.com/isaacsofsalem. And remember to follow us as well, twitter.com/exposedurban. Thank you. We'll see you next week.